Hello, you wonderful people, how you all doing? I hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday. Hello. Welcome to session 2 of Curse of Strahd, which so far hasn't had much Strahd and maybe only a little bit of Curse.
Depends on how you look at how well that funeral went.
Oh, went great.
How we treat dead people is a curse.
Okay, before we get into like a recap and so forth, let's go around, introduce everybody. I mean, for those who are here, you should know, but I'm Drac. Hi, I'm the DM. You can find me here and here. Next we have, would you like to introduce yourself, Vanitas?
Howdy doodle, I'm Vanitas. I'm a non-binary streamer along with my fiance. You can find me anywhere at Uncanny Queers. Yep, just no spaces. It's Twitch, Ko-fi, Twitter, and the likes and that. We kind of do a bundle of things. Been on hiatus for a little bit, but hey, who knows?
And who are you playing?
Oh yeah, I'm playing Rotten. I've ascended. Don't worry about it. Ryan Hopshock, the Kobold Artificer.
And up next we have Mark.
Hey everyone, I'm feeling better today. I've got my voice fully back, so allow myself to introduce myself to your good self as my good self. My name's Mark Alexander Cross. I'm the primary GM for a group called Roll Tales. We primarily operate on YouTube, but we do have a gaming channel here on Twitch for the chill times. And today I'm going to be playing Victoria De Rosa, now cross-class, fighter and wizard.
Hi, Strigger Muffin. This is Strigger. Just jumping up onto a cat tree for drama in the background. Next, we have Josie.
That's me. Wow. Thank you for having me. I'm Joseph Hoser. I almost introduced myself as the Dungeon Mistress, but that's on Sundays. That's on Sundays. I'm an RPG streamer. You can find me on Twitch at Joseph Hoser, and I am playing Neon Celestial, the Aasimar Paladin.
And last but not least, Noir.
Hello, I'm Noir. I go by he/they. You can find me all over the internet as Dino Enigma, and I am playing Esteban, the Hex Warrior Warlock.
And yeah, so what does everyone remember? Let's have like one sentence of your sum up of what happened last session. Let's start as again. Vanitas.
From Reinhardt's perspective, it went very, very well. Lots of very efficient consoling, and condemning. And honestly, all around, a fantastic chase in which nothing went awry or strangely occurred. And what's mostly important is I never did return that class.
Mark?
I could sum it up by paraphrasing and changing a very famous movie title. 4 F-ups and a funeral. Also Steve.
Josie?
Everything's fine.
Noir?
Everything's
Tea was acquired, flirting was done, and there was a chase. It went all right. Not the worst funeral I've ever been to.
Oh, I forgot they got the wrong body. I forgot why we were in that whole adventure.
Oh yeah. It was a mess.
I feel like we just never should have swapped them back, you know?
7 out of 10 on the funeral.
How much less dramatic would it have been though if, the main guy we were turned into a vampire and kidnapped the barber?
Oh, that would have been. That would have been.
How much less dramatic would it have been though if the main guy we were turned up turned into a vampire and kidnapped the barber?
Well, in fact, yeah, I was going to say, in fairness, Victoria's distant cousin would not have gotten kidnapped, so hey-ho.
But what if we had actually checked the coffin to make sure it was the right body when we went to the funeral home? Then we would have realized. Then we would have realized that he wasn't properly dead, and we could have done something about it. I petition from here on out that all coffins have like a peephole just over the heart, so you could just drive a stake in without opening the coffin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we always peep at corpses, but no, you went straight into just desiccating the dead.
Just in case.
Okay.
I mean, we could cut out the middleman and just stake the heart of every dead body that we come across.
Why not? I mean,
This is why
just to be safe.
I'm not going to say I'm surprised at where this conversation has gone. Alarmed might be the main
Do you
thing.
realize how much money we can make in Barovia, but by having these like pre-stake coffins?
I like the way that Steve went. That feels way less
Hi,
rude.
everyone. We have a staking service. We are the stakeout, so...
Corpses, we don't make them, but we do stake them.
Yeah, we'll call it the steak and steak. We'll serve food with your dead ones.
Oh no, where are you getting the steaks from?
One way or another, you're undead, you're going to get served.
Okay.
You did this, Drac. You brought us together.
Sometimes dead is better.
I think Drac is now regretting her choices.
I'm regretting many choices, that's for sure. But yes, so for those who hadn't followed any of what our group have put together as their recaps,
Go to YouTube.
it's true, go to YouTube and go
Please
and
send this lovely streamer some support. Honestly, go. But not now.
All sessions are going to be up on YouTube, but for those who just have very, very short-term memory, last session our group were invited to a funeral of their friend or colleague, or who knows really with some of them, General Putnam's funeral. The wrong corpse was brought to the funeral. They had to sort it out. They tried to do everything but take the really obvious route, which is the case with most D&D parties. Eventually taking the donkey to carry the coffin. They got attacked by some cutthroats that they dealt with more kindly than I was imagining, and yes, they bottled Steve.
Bless Steve.
They got the correct corpse back to the castle, ready for a nice little send-off banquet. Our very own Victoria gave a lovely eulogy, which was unfortunately interrupted by someone who had been otherwise disposed of, and decided to run stark naked up to the coffin to check that the body was actually dead. Twist, turns out the body wasn't actually dead, and came back as a vampire, jumped out of the stained glass window with the Duchess of Morwen in tow, and ran off into the dark, being pursued by our group because they were adamant that they really wanted to go over that really high wall and into a moat, rather than just going round. But eventually, we stopped there being zip lines, and
Boo.
I tried running around, but then the DM did the classic, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And I second guessed myself.
Look, I wouldn't be doing my job well if I didn't make you second guess every decision that you made.
Well, I've learned my lesson. I'm not trusting you anymore.
Damn, they don't usually learn that quickly. But yes, they found themselves at the location of their friend's unfortunate demise, and found themselves being lured into the mists, which is where we will rejoin our party. So just to put out there, all alerts will be quiet because we'll want to be concentrating on the game. We will have a break after about an hour and a half, I think it is, where we'll have like a little toilet break, being able to stretch our legs, and you can talk to the party and ask questions. But yes, let's get ourselves started. Unless anyone has any comments before we get going. No snickerdoodles this time? I'm disappointed.
I resisted. I was being well behaved.
Fine, if you want a random
Sour
word,
Patch Kids this time.
yeah. If you want a random word for the day, here's a very old school one, and if anyone in chat gets the reference, I'll be proud of you. Tallywhacker.
I like the idea of us having a word of the day every D&D stream. If someone manages to get it into a conversation, extra points.
Sapper gap on the table then. So I think I can get sapper gap in there somewhere.
I mean, Tallywhacker just sounds like an insult. I'll just call somebody and I won.
Oh, come on, Striga, no,
Well.
don't try and why do you always do this? Every time I'm about to switch scenes, you try and jump onto my keyboard. It's like you know. Right. So, we rejoin our party at the Mists. Now, you've been doing this pursuit in the dead of night. It's already very dark. It was stormy, and you find yourselves following along the trail after your quarry into thicker and thicker mist. You find that the further you go into the woods, the less that you can see. The more the mist kind of takes over your vision. It's dripping from the trees. It's pooling at your feet, clinging and grasping at your limbs. The tendrils of mist are dancing over the nape of your neck, raising your heckles. Make me a perception check.
$21 for Victoria.
I got a 17.
14 here.
I got a 10, but it's not showing up. 1 second.
Victoria, what's that you see out the corner of your eye? I swear you'd see some eyes. But when you go to look, they're gone. No one else sees anything. Just more mist rolling in as you continue on. How do you all feel?
Reinhardt's going to go for Oblivious.
I'm going to go with tired and frustrated.
Victoria is feeling actually focused. Soldier training kicking in, that sort of thing.
Me and is mistrusting of every single shadow, every rustle of tree, and I would like to use one more use of my divine sense to detect good and evil.
Okay.
Yes. So for one turn, I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, and I know the location of any celestial fiends or undeads within 60 feet, as long as they are not behind total cover.
You do not detect any undead.
What about celestials or fiends?
No, no, there's nothing. There's nothing. You're getting nothing back.
I'm gonna be honest, that puts me more on edge.
You do not see any sign of the general and the Duchess. Really, you see very little beyond your own feet at this point.
Can Reinhold feel around? I want to see if I can get someone's hand. While walking, just gonna.
Make me a d20 roll.
13.
You manage to find Esteban's hand.
Why this? Why are you touching me? What's going on?
Reinhold not wants to walk on own. Esteban will walk Reinhold. Is you, yes, Esteban?
Yep. I mean, you scared?
More. Yes.
All right, I got you.
Thank you.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, yeah, come on. Okay. And Reinhold's gonna take that as like the hint to like climb aboard.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, awesome, excellent. This was a communicated thing. Nice. Yeah. Reinhold's just gonna. Okay, thank you.
What's there?
But should I put your hood up?
Yeah, that'd probably be good. Just don't let you get tangled in there. There we go. You don't happen to see anything while you're up there, do you?
Oh, I see nothing. Nada.
Where did this son of a bitch go?
Please don't let me die here.
I will let you die here if you don't let me die here.
This is good deal. Reinhold make this deal.
You have lost all tracks and all signs that there was even anyone that you were pursuing at this point.
But we do see, because I think last time you described like rudimentary grave sites.
You've walked past these at this point.
Okay.
Would you like to try and go back?
Nah. I think we should make sure we don't lose each other in the mist. I have a rope.
I have Esteban.
Okay, good. Then how about Victoria? We all grab onto the rope.
Okay.
Except for Reinhop. Reinhop, grab onto Esteban, I suppose.
Yep.
Just clutching the cup.
Is my light spell penetrating any of this mist at all?
The light spell, while definitely seems to be working, does not seem to be giving any actual effect on the mist itself. You still can only see just past your feet. Can see vague shapes in the mist of what you think are trees.
Can we make each other out when we're up close, sort of like 5 foot sort of perimeter?
Everything's very muted. Everything's very. You can definitely tell that they're there, and you can tell where their voices are coming from. But everything is extremely grayed and blurred.
Is this even true for Reinhardt being like on Esteban? Esteban...
You can see Esteban's head at this point.
But like Reinhardt wouldn't be able to see its own like feet kind of thing.
Yeah. So anything pretty much beyond your feet, it's
Soup.
I mean, in all fairness, though, seeing Esteban's head, that's a beautiful sight. But
Well, that's why I
yeah.
put the hood up to keep it safe. You know what I mean? Even I know I've got sticky claws. I don't want to mess that up.
Protect the head. But Victoria will attempt to look around, and she'll just say, "This is not usual weather for the Sword Coast. Fog rolls in from the coastline sometimes, but thick mist like this, I've not seen it once in my 34 years.
Reinhardt intuition tell is probably magic, but could be more devilry, as General did become evil. Mien, are you able to guise anything from the mist?
No.
Shh. Not yet shit. Reinhardt try. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
okay.
Switch my little magic eyes on. For the duration, sense presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around a visible creature or object in the area. And you also learn what school of magic it's from.
So you do detect some magic from the light that Victoria has cast.
Not to alarm anyone, but only magic in sky, in air, is light spell. So now is shit. We doomed. Or dead.
hey, you know, we're fine. It's just a little foggy, guys.
Did we fall from wall?
We'll be all right. We just keep walking forward a little bit. We'll get out of the fog, and then we wait till the storm blows over and go back home.
The clutch Esteban a little tighter.
With the mist this thick, are we sure we want to press on? Should we not stay put and see if it lightens? Should we try to head back?
We don't know when it's gonna let up.
There's something in the mist.
Now is double shit. Now Reinhardt would prefer to have fallen from wall. Esteban don't die.
No, we're not gonna listen. Whatever's in the fog, we can take care of it.
Not if
Oh,
you
I agree with Esteban. I am confident of that, but there is something going on. There was something in the mist, eyes watching us, and it's not
Hello?
and it's not my mind playing tricks on me.
Mist monster.
If it's a mist monster, there's more than one.
Come to Reinhardt. Here, kitty.
Can everyone roll me a d20, please?
I got an 8. It didn't pop into Roll20 though. Sorry.
A magnificent 7.
I don't know why.
I also got a 7.
13.
So, Victoria and Esteban starting to feel very drained.
Say that again, please, Drac.
You're starting to feel very drained. Feeling haggard.
Okay, but I might need to get you off me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
okay,
a little,
okay.
just a little tired, little tired.
You'll go down.
No, I just maybe a break wouldn't be so bad.
It's okay. It's okay. I hold your hand. You tired?
My leg is also starting to get the best of me. Too much running. And she kind of winces.
We all sit.
I mean, I've got some camping gear. Do you want to set up camp?
Camping mist. Mien,
Yes, Reinhard.
contribute sanity.
Yes. I think, Victoria, you should douse your light. If we're staying put, I don't want to draw unnecessary attention.
I agree. And
Okay.
I'll kill the light spell.
Sit in
Also,
dark.
Reinhard, for sanity's sake, I think it's more likely we'll run into wolves rather than mountain lions. So you might want you might want to try whistling instead.
Reinhard cannot whistle.
Oh, okay.
The face is wrong shape.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Here. And Mian is gonna bend down and pluck like a thick grass and just like do a little like leaf whistle thing.
You do this, or you try teach face.
Try to try to see if you can do it now.
Okay. Do you want me to roll a performance check?
Yes.
It's like a weird time to be teaching grass whistle, but I'll fucking take it.
Hey, you said give sanity.
13?
You haven't quite cottoned on to what on earth this is supposed to do. You're kind of mimicking what's happening, but you can't really see the grass at the end of your snout.
Oh yeah, because I can probably barely see me and even whistling.
This is legitimately why a friend
Heard
of
the
mine
sound
they
and then
always
handing you a straw of grass.
This is why a friend of mine they always take a signal whistle in their games. One of the things they always buy is the signal whistle.
Yeah.
Thank you for gift of grass, Mien.
You're welcome,
Sit in dark
Reinhard.
and mist and wait for wolf size of Reinhard to take
Okay.
Reinhard away like baby.
Okay, I have one more piece of information for you,
Oh.
Reinhard, that might help.
Okay.
Well, now you've made deals with me and Esteban, so we're both supposed to protect you, so you're the least likely to die.
This is a good deal. And look at that. Plonk right down.
I'm going to light a torch, just put it next to my bedroll and start to lay down.
It's disturbing how little it seems to light up the area in which you're lying to sleep.
This place is the worst, and I didn't do anything to deserve having a day like this. I might have done some things to deserve having a day like this.
I didn't want to say anything.
I deserve this.
Little bit.
I'm not convinced this is how divine judgment works, though. Or maybe this is exactly how it works.
Well, if that's
Purgatory? Are we in limbo? Was
Did we
Reinhold
die?
right all along?
Told you. We fell off
We're-
wall hours
No.
ago.
No.
You actually did attempt that zip line.
Yeah, I was gonna say if this really was hell,
Victoria knows. Just too nice to tell us.
I would have been left with the feeling that I did make a zip line before I died.
Last thing I remember was making a zip line and then missed.
You
Yeah.
know, I read somewhere that hell is other people. So what does that say about us?
I don't think we're in any of the hells just yet.
No, these are all great jokes, but I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Do people usually plan on dying though?
Some do. They write
Oh.
wills.
That's true. I should probably get started on that, but I don't own anything.
That is more like preparation for dying, not the intention to die. You is like intention to die. Tell great divine being, I do your bidding, and eventually die doing.
Well, my family have always prepared for it, except for one. But yes, Will's. Well, when you're a family of military service, it's always a distinct possibility. But I'm with Mia, and I have no intention of dying this day or anytime soon.
Oh. Sorry if I make wrong assumption.
So
Well,
what is
that's-
the party doing?
I think we're just hunkering down, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
hunkering down, and
Yeah.
Esteban is grabbing some seeds.
Okay, so you're taking a short rest, long rest.
Okay, yeah, I'll even go for a long rest if everyone's a vibe.
My plan was a short rest, but I'll gladly take a long rest.
Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep
Okay.
in this field.
Okay,
Um,
you
Oh, wait. I was say everyone else. Sorry.
are you having someone?
Me and
Guarding?
Wood stay up. She's feeling fine. She would volunteer to stay awake for a couple hours.
Same. Nothing wrong with Victoria's eyes, despite the miss. So she would be on guard.
Esteban would have done that thing where he offered to keep watch, but you clearly can tell that he does not mean that offer.
Unfortunately,
Reinhold
Mien's
is-
spell of detect good and evil doesn't also detect douchebag.
Sarcasm.
Douchebag.
Detect douchebag would be the most useful spell in real life.
Hey, that-
Yeah,
that
but
is
it would,
such a
it would,
prick.
it would, yeah, but it would never stop pinging in these sorts of games.
Constant.
Reinhardt's also going to go to sleep, just like using Esteban as a pillow, if that's okay.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
as a head or
Oh,
anything.
absolutely.
So you take your rest. Those who stand watch notice how little anything seems to change. The light level doesn't seem to change. The mist is still thick. It's still clinging to everything. It feels like it's trying to absorb you. Like, it fills your nostrils with that smell of damp biting at your senses. Every now and then you'll see a flicker of something out the corner of your eye. A shadow here. Maybe those eyes popped up again. But every time you go to look, there's nothing there. Those that rested got rest. Still don't feel like you actually slept. You know that you slept. You have no idea how long has passed when you raise from your rest.
I'll look at Mien at some point during the rest and I'll say to her, I wonder if the General's current predicament, and for what his sister believed, if this mist has got something to do with it, I wonder if he encountered this mist on his patrol that day.
I mean, the only person who would know would be the general himself. And he was he was getting more and more distance on us even before we stopped. If they're related, like, if they are related in some form, his state and this mist, then maybe it's not hindering him. Maybe he's far away now.
Oh, for sure. He is at great distance. The speed he was moving was not natural, and I don't believe in coincidences that when we arrived at the very spot where he fell, that this mist rose. And now he is essentially, with my distant cousin, out of sight and out of mind.
Perhaps we should try to turn back anyway.
Well, a sensible strategy. But I think in this mist, as thick as it is right now, no matter which direction we go, we'll end up getting lost no matter which direction it is. We have to wait for this to clear at least a little bit, or that's just my opinion anyway.
I've never seen mist that lasts this long before, Victoria.
Quite.
Doesn't sit right.
She adjusts her glasses, not that they do much good in here, and she peers into the mist some more, and she says, "It's strange, though. I could have sworn I saw eyes in that mist, Mian, and I am confident in my mental prowess, i.e., I don't think I'm going nuts yet. But what's strange about this is, if there were eyes in the mist, if there were beings in the mist, perfect opportunity to launch a potential ambush, but yet it's been several hours now, and nothing."
Yeah. I usually get a weird vibe when things like that happen, but it's just nothing.
I know. It's like it's completely muted.
Yeah.
I'd like to also add the fact that your glasses are doing that annoying thing where they steam up every time you breathe because the outside's moist but the inside is still heated from your face. So every time you breathe, it's just fogging.
Yeah, so Victoria will just, they'll take their glasses off and they will put in a coat. Technically, Victoria doesn't need the glasses all the time. They're just essentially reading glasses, but the way they figure it, it's just easier keeping them on pretty much all the time. But yeah, it's getting too annoying, so she'll just pop the glasses back into her coat for now and just continue to keep an eye out.
So, everyone is rested?
Do we get the benefits of rest?
Yes. You have taken a rest.
Oh, okay.
Even though the people who took watch, do we get some semblance of rest?
Yes, I assume you'll have taken shifts and will have allowed each other time to actually have rest.
Nice. I'm gonna need 2 seconds, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No worries.
I'm very concerned, companions.
I'm also concerned.
The man is tired.
I slept like shit.
Well then, It seems like nothing's letting up around here, so shall we proceed onward at least?
Or do we go back? I do not know answer to riddle of mist. I do not know where our foe or assailant is.
One way or another, Reinhardt, we're going to be lost, regardless with this thick mist. So, we either wait it out some more, or we pick a direction and walk.
How about this? I follow you forward on one condition. You no let Reinhardt die. No worry, Reinhardt no let you die. Make deal? Make deal.
She kind of looks at you and they just kind of have a raised eyebrow. It's like, that's common sense 101 for someone like me, Reinhardt.
I don't think I can see your facial expression. It's just
I know.
just squinting up at
I
you,
know.
just like, okay, but make a deal anyway.
Fine. If it would ease you, then I agree.
Excellent.
Deal's a deal.
Come, companions. We follow Victoria. It's like shove the others up. Well, probably mostly Esteban.
Okay, then.
I hate this.
I'm not exactly loving it either, Esteban.
I mean, you don't understand. You don't know this about me. I can sleep anywhere. One time, I slept upside down on a horse. I could barely catch a wink.
What were you doing with that horse?
I was very drunk, and that is where the story ends.
Stick to the tea. But regardless, apart from Esteban's horseplay, what's
Horseplay.
do we try and wait this out, or shall we move forward? What's everybody else thinking?
Let's move forward. It's been 8 hours. I just want to be. I want to go somewhere dry and not dreary.
Okay, then, Mien, pick a direction.
Oh, this way. And she's just gonna start walking.
Okay, so
Follow the rope.
Yep, well, holding onto the rope together again. Just trotting forward.
Can't knock the body system.
so buddied up and tied together.
Sounds like more than the body system.
Strahd's not even in the game yet.
You're making it real easy. You start off. You're not entirely sure if you're following a path or if there's really any route to follow. But you start off, and you know now and again that you're passing breeze. You can feel the grass under your feet, the crunch of leaves and sticks. Not entirely sure where you're going, and you can't recognize anything or where you are of your surroundings. It feels like very, very long time. But eventually, you think you find yourself walking a trail, something that seems like this is where people have been before. This is reassuring. It's overgrown. Weeds and roots from spindly trees. But it's definitely something. You definitely feel like the weather is still stormy, but the mist is still very thick. You could swear that it seems like it's letting up a little bit in the direction that you're going. You can see a little bit further ahead. This is indeed kind of trail. You can see enough up ahead. It looks like light coming up to a crossroads. Further you go along, more you seem to be able to see. And yes, that is indeed a crossroads. Where there is a cloaked form standing. Very muted.
How far away?
Like, I don't know. I don't know distances, like... About 15 trees distance.
Whenever the figure is within the distance of my divine sense, I will use it.
Okay, how's everyone else reacting?
Like that.
I think Esteban is just still muttering complaints to himself.
Victoria is just staying pretty neutral, but preparing themselves for literal whatever, because this is not a usual sort of situation, to say the least.
You do not detect any fiends or good or evil. As you approach, figure's head snaps up, glaring with piercing yellow eyes. What you took for a cloak spread around it, feeling it's a pair of mighty black wings. With one powerful motion and a blast of cold, chill air, the wings sweep and the vague figure is gone. How do you react?
Reinhard is not the only one that saw that, no?
No, you are not.
I say we stick together. Close.
I agree.
Sorry.
What's the light situation, Drac? Because on the Roll20, I just see my token, so I might whack up the light spell again if it's technically still darkness.
It's still the same level of, yeah, it's very, very dark for what you'd feel like should have at least passed a day.
Should have got map from Beastmaster.
So you
Have no
lighting
idea
spell.
now.
Yeah, I'll tap the crystal at the end of my staff, say luminous, and light it up.
That should have.
Yes, I thank you kindly.
That's cool. I'm easily impressed.
Roll20's pretty nifty.
Do we now choose road?
Well, I don't know what that figure was.
We could dig.
Sprouted wings.
Yes. Could be illusion. Could be spectre, which is of bones buried at crossroads.
Well, in that case, let's not stay at the crossroads then.
I'm
Free
Kobo. No shit about necromancer. Always trying to get in cave. Stinky old men.
I just want to be somewhere dry so badly. I'm so uncomfortably damp.
This is actually great for scales. Sorry.
Moisturizing. Are you Reinhop, are you going to investigate the area, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little snuffle around. I mean, not like full on stick my nose to the ground, but like, I'm gonna have an investigate of the area. Even like, have a little. Genuinely have a little dig. See if there's any like soft earth or anything's like just casually buried.
Okay. Would you roll me a investigation, please?
Happily. Okay. Oh wow. I got a great roll, but fit 14.
Okay. Where the figure was standing, you find 4 big black feathers. And just slightly off from the road where he was standing, you managed to unearth a planchette.
A what?
A planchette.
Ooh, what's a planchette?
Make me an Arcana check.
Sweet. Is that Vanitas or is that Reinhop?
Yes.
Don't do me dirty, lizard. 14.
You've seen them used on spirit boards.
Oh, is that the little
Yeah.
guitar plucker?
Yeah, basically it's like a giant
people?
pick. But it's quite ornate and it's decorated with bird skulls and.
Ooh, bird ornate. I'm gonna give a feather to each of my companions.
Okay.
Randhop
Make this
believe
work.
in Kawinky Dink, so you have one, and you have one, and you have one.
Very well, thank you.
Mian
It's
will
not-
take it and just like twist it into her hair, and her hair looks exactly the same as it was at the funeral. It hasn't moved at all. And she just like twists a strand of hair into the feather.
I'll place the feather on my walking staff. So,
Sticking my little lapels. Sorry.
which direction?
Oh, maybe this will tell us. Can I try and slap the planchette on the floor and see if it does the thing?
Okay. What are you trying to do with it? You're
Trying-
just
trying to get
slapping
the
it on the floor.
Well, I'm trying to get it to point in the right direction.
It-
Trying to make it work, but I don't know how it works, if that makes sense.
Okay. It does not move.
No?
Still
You
nothing.
think it's broken?
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
It tastes like wood and dirt.
So there's a saying, when in doubt, just go right. So should we
It
just
does not
go right?
rhyme.
I never said it right. I said it's a saying.
All
I'm
good
scared.
things rhyme.
Okay. When you're stuck in foggy night, enough with the toys and shit. Let's just go right.
Okay.
All
Which
right. Right.
Okay.
Go back where you came? Oh, that's right. Like, trot after them.
Okay. to all go right. Take the right option and continue walking. Continue walking.
Oh no.
And then find yourself at a crossroads.
Oh, daft. So like, we just end up back there again.
Make me a perception check.
Everyone?
Everyone.
I'm so bad at these. 6.
7.
9.
13.
Reinhardt. Yeah, you'd swear this was very familiar. Everyone else could be anything. It's just
I know
crossroads.
companions will not believe Reinhard, but this is same crossroad we just went at. I think saying that rhymed may not be good rhyme. Sorry.
Well, my mother used to say that when in a maze, always proceed left.
Isn't that
What
just
does
the
not
opposite
rhyme?
of what we just did?
I want to test something, Mian, because I do believe Reinhardt. Something is definitely going on.
Then should one of us stay here?
Or I was going to make a marker, and you see his hands crackle with purple energy and just shoots Eldritch Blast at the ground.
What are you leaving?
Just like a small crater where the
Okay.
Eldritch Blast hits.
All right. Okay. Sure. You make a little chunk of craterness into the crossroads there.
Can I like shoot my name into the dirt with my Eldritch Blast? No, I'm just kidding.
Roll me a performance.
Oh, okay. I don't suck at that. 19.
Yep. You manage to quite nicely cursive script your name into the into the ground.
Esteban was here.
You know, I once saw a play at a fair about a little boy with a green hood who got lost in the forest, and all he had to do was to listen for his friend playing the music at the center of the woods.
But we don't have any friends.
I have friends.
Same.
Not in the woods, though.
True.
Or at taverns.
Drinking
All
friends?
I'm saying is maybe we should rely on the senses that aren't impeded by the mist.
Not a bad idea.
So lick dirt.
No, I want to say no, but that would just be hypocritical of me.
All right,
You
I'll
take
take.
lead.
I'll actually take Mian's suggestion. I'll close my eyes properly and try to, shut out the visual senses and see if I can perceive anything else, like a way to go, or if something stands out. There was a joke in chat earlier about always following your nose, so maybe there is a sense of fresh air, or maybe a sense of
cute.
civilization nearby.
Make me a perception check.
Let's perceive.
Oh,
24 off the natty 20.
You can hear the leaves rustling. You can hear the drops of mist and the dampness dripping from your cloak oaks, the trees around you, the almost muted breaths of your party. The surroundings sound like you've got earmuffs on. You can still hear everything. But there doesn't seem to be anything different from any particular route or any sound of civilization or...
Can I attune to the planchette?
You can try, but it'll take you
I think.
actually a long rest to attune to items.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no. No, I don't have that yet.
I can hear the artificer ticking.
I would like to hand one end of my rope to Victoria. Say, just hold on to this, and then I'm gonna start walking down on the map.
Okay. How long is your rope?
50 feet.
Further away you go, the less you can see your party. It's like the mist closes in very rapidly as you go further away.
Puzzles, man.
Do I reach the end of the rope's length?
Yep, you reach the end of the rope's length and you
Okay,
feel
I'll
like
do a
you're
little-
alone.
I'll do a little tug, see if I get a response.
Victoria, you feel a little tug on the rope.
I tuck the rope back in reply.
Yeah, we'll just start walking back.
Walk back and eventually back to your party in the crossroads.
How long was your rope again?
50 feet.
I'd like to try something.
Shoot.
Well, that's exactly what I'd like to try.
Oh, okay. And Mia will like step back.
I'm getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to duck after this if our theory is correct. Okay. And I would like to shoot an Eldritch Blast straight ahead. My Eldritch Blast can go up to 300 feet now.
You got the extension.
You got the lens.
Now, now spell sniper. There you go.
Okay.
Solid Snake Eldritch Blast Edition.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm shooting like where we have the rope. I'm shooting in that direction to see if it comes back around.
Okay. Right.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's just me trying to figure out distances, as 300 feet is a very strange amount of... okay, so you shoot... Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it was
it's
down.
very
It was
far.
down that you shot.
Oh yeah.
And it feels like the mist swallows it up very quickly. Like, for something so bright and so obvious, the mist seems to enclose around it so quickly.
I don't like that.
Put the feather on the planchet.
You're doing the Monkey Island thing and just rubbing everything together.
Just like,
Reinhard, I did have another idea to try with that. No, you hold on to it, and I'm assuming the Eldritch Blast is just gone. Like
it didn't come back and take anyone's head out.
Yeah, it's not looking back at us. I'm assuming all of us are like looking behind.
No.
But Mian would like she'll grab a little hammer that she has, and with like the spiky backside of it, it's gonna start drawing an aptly sized alphabet to the planchet in the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Right,
You now have a
understand.
crudely scribbled alphabet
Yeah.
Plonk down.
on the.
Wait,
slap the planchet down.
before you do though, Reinhardt, and Mian will put a hand out, like holding a hand out towards you,
Yeah.
and will clasp your hand and cast protection from evil.
Oh,
Yes.
you protect Reinhard so Reinhard not become demon.
Just to be safe, Reinhardt. I did promise to protect you.
Reinhard would be good demon.
So,
Would not be
Victoria,
right.
after your little communing with your senses, are you going to go off on your own, or are you staying around helping with the alphabet?
She will just reopen her eyes, watch Esteban's Eldritch Blast display, and recall Mian getting swallowed by the mist. The first thing they would do is, could Victoria make some sort of, let's have a look at her skills. Could she make some sort of Arcana check to see if she has heard of anything like this in her studies since she began studying magic since her injury?
What is it that you want to?
If they have researched or uncovered any stories about sort of like magical traps such as this, because in their mind Victoria thinks they're being herded. We're only going where the mist wants us to go. So Victoria just wants to check her memory to see if she has read, researched, or heard, even if it's sort of like a children's story, anything of this nature at all.
Okay, make me a history.
History. I have that.
Because you've
So,
already
okay.
done the detect good and evil and all that kind of stuff.
No, nothing. 7.
Yeah, you don't recall anything about such traps or something as this.
Nothing quite
You have heard things about crossroads before, but they're probably old wives' tales and myths.
So she's just going to look around and they're going to speak what they're thinking. We're being herded.
Yeah, because we're not being heard. Looking down disappointedly at our Ouija board.
You haven't even tried anything with the Ouija board. You just
Hold
made an
the
alphabet.
planchet, looking around it because Victoria like says a smart thing, and we're like right about to use the Ouija board, just like
If it will ease your mind, because that is the only clue we have found, then attempt it. Go for it. I am just concerned, not trying to overthink this, basically.
maybe we kill whatever herds us. Follow most obvious clue, and then if something try eat us, well, worst case, kill it from inside. Just make sure it not chew.
Well, we could try another direction, or we could try something random and walk through the woodlands. However, I do kind of like the idea that we have made markers in the ground here. Your improv Ouija board and Esteban's Eldritch Blast mark. My,
Oh,
my recommendation is to at least try one more direction. And if we end back up at the crossroads, then we have the markers here to either know it's the same one or it's going to be a new crossroads. I would say let's try that at least. And if that does, well, if that produces no results, then either A, we can set up your Ouija board again and try that, or B, it's going to be here for us to attempt that tactic anyway. So
could be like maze.
potentially.
Let's
Like
go.
I said, yeah, like I said, I believe we're being herded. The mist is only going to take us where it wants to take us. I have listened to everything in this region, every sight, every sound, every smell, and despite the unusualness of the mist, everything else is just natural nature. So,
We go up.
where does the mist want to take us? So let's try Reinhardt's suggestion. Let's all stick together, and let's all move up.
So you're going upwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try that way.
So abandoning the whole left that your other
Grandma was an idiot.
Well, if we end up back at another crossroads, we could potentially end back up at our little markers and Ouija board anyway.
Then we can listen to Granny.
Okay. Is everyone going? Esteban, are you going along too?
Yeah. He's still feeling very salty about the whole blast thing. And- but he's like, yeah, let's do this.
Do not worry, Esteban. There'll be another day, another blast.
Honestly, should feel lucky it did not return. Because maybe not be fast enough. And be very ironic death.
I'm fast enough. Okay, if anybody
Fast
can dodge
enough
my
for you?
blast, it's
What if you are best and you fight you who win?
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge an Eldritch Blast.
I like to call it my hate ray.
Hate Ray. Nice. All right, let's proceed north.
Okay. So you take the north path and walk, and you keep on walking. You're walking along a road. The mist seems to be clearing up ahead. Not by much, but it is definitely clearing. Eventually, you approach what looks like a dark tower. Just on the edge of your vision. Quickly, it becomes apparent that the tower is connected to an old, 3-story house. It sits in the middle of a small glade, surrounded by the mist. The windows are shuttered, and many appear boarded over. There's weeds growing freely around the house, and its paint is weathered and worn away in some places. It's clear that none have been here in many years. Till now. As you approach, you see a man, rather eccentric leathers, a wide brim hat, supporting himself with an ornately carved cane standing upon a short set of stairs connected to a rickety porch leading up to the door. Now I need to actually get hold of the player character. What do you do?
I'm switching into some dry clothes first off. Don't look.
Which one of us is most friendly? Reinhardt think maybe not always make best first impression.
Oh, you make a good first impression, buddy.
You're a delight, Reinhardt.
You want Reinhardt to say hi then?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, Reinhardt. It's pretty terrifying looking in here, so feel free.
Are you
Victoria,
approaching?
You want to come as support? Not scared.
I'll come with you, Reinhardt.
Thank you, Mian.
Just a quick note. I'm unable.
1
My
second.
human eyes.
Oh, it's just pitch black for you.
Yeah.
Looking for Vin
Sorry, are you
Diesel.
okay?
Looking for Vin Diesel and monsters in the shadows. I'll just turn and say, if you would like my support, I'm happy to approach.
Okay. Where is this wide-brimmed hat fella?
1 sec, I forgot to actually
Okay.
put the fucking token down.
He's hiding.
I mean, I know what I'm doing. Know what you're on about.
No, I do genuinely believe you. Also, I just heard the soundtrack and it just shit me up.
Okay. Right. There was a token there, I swear.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's pretty close then. All right. I don't need anyone to go down a creepy hole with me.
Okay, so you're just approaching.
Yep. I'll just shuffle past the others while Esteban just gets changed on the landing.
The man looks up from his musings of the door, and looks somewhat relieved. Is hello. Come here. Oh, what brings you here?
Would you believe us, even if we told you?
I'm not entirely sure what that means, but come join me. This is an interesting turn of events that brings more people to this strange place.
Well, usually, first meetings require introductions. Who are you, sir? And I will give my name in return.
I'm Rictavio. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure, Victoria de Rosa.
Riccardio.
Rictavio.
Victavio?
Just call me Rick.
Rick.
Rick. Just call me Rick.
Sorry.
And you are?
Reinhardt Pschok. Smart person. Friends and companions. Reinhardt might be choking.
And who are these others with you?
I am Mian. And we've come through the mist. We just walked and found ourselves here.
Lost.
Yeah, I also have found myself in this very strange place. It's a very
It's not your tower then.
oh no. I found myself kind of just wandering here too. I'm not entirely sure how I ended up here, but
Would you happen to have seen Did anyone come by before us?
Or anything.
Or anything?
No, it's just me and this very, very strange house.
Oh, sorry, perhaps. How long have you been at this house?
Only a few minutes. I've only just
okay.
recently arrived here myself. And who is this other person with you?
Esteban.
Yes. You see, he just puts on the last of his outfit. Hi.
I see that you're all very friendly.
No, it's. I was. You know that weird feeling when you step in your socks and they're damp. I hate that more than anything.
Yes, that is a rather unpleasant sensation. Well, it's so very odd that you two find yourselves here. I'm very intrigued by this house. I do not know if I've ever come across one quite like it.
Did you wander through mist and get lost?
Yeah, it happens a lot around here.
So you are from here?
Well, it's hard to say where here is.
Where do you...
Oh,
I beg your pardon, Reinhardt. Where do you hail from originally? Myself, I am from a city called Daggerford.
I'm from from a very far afield, but I'm more of a wanderer than anything.
Can I vibe check this stranger?
Go for it. How do you wish to vibe check the stranger?
With insight, please.
Okay, roll me an insight.
This fucker is sneaky.
Also, I suck at this. So that'll be a very confident and proud 3.
You do not get anything from this fellow. You genuinely think that he's saying what he's saying. Yep. That's the information that you've got. It's yours, and you should be proud of it.
You know what? I'm real proud. Yeah, worked real hard for that 3.
So, stranger, you do not know where this place is.
Well, I've heard of this house, but it's difficult to say when you're traveling in the mists where you
Do you
are.
travel in mist regularly?
Not intentionally. It just
do-
kind of happens. It comes with the whole wandering around.
It's a little odd. You keep mentioning the house. Is there something special about this place?
Well, this is. I don't know whether or not you believe in these things, but it's quite renowned for being haunted.
Oh no!
And it's a shame, really, because it's quite a rather nice house. It used to be a castle, you know. It's gone through several renditions, but it's
Whose castle did it once belong to?
oh, it's got a very, very strange history. That it's difficult to tell which bits are you know, the real bits and which aren't. But apparently it was a castle events at some point, and there was a lot of toing and froing between owners, and eventually it got taken over by the Halfrest family, and that's where the actual house comes from. But they disappeared. And
Who
now it's
haunts
just...
house?
Well, that's the thing. It's unknown, and there's so many rumors around it that it's.
You want to go see?
I'm intrigued, and I just do not wish to do it on my own. You know.
Mm,
Yeah.
Being from the noble circles and my noble background, have I heard of the Harvest family at all?
Yes, you will have heard. You will have heard of the half rests. So they're not massively notable, but you know that they're one of those like reasonably well-off families, but not like particularly well known. But it's one of those things that there's been like a line of them, but then they suddenly just disappeared.
I'm sorry, Mr. Victorio. You said Harvest?
Yeah, that's where they took over this place, and I mean, you can see they set up a very nice house.
I looked at my companions. I have heard of them. Um, a family upon the same stature as mine in the noble ranks, i.e., on the ladder, but not that high up. Um, a fair line that goes back generations, but well, the reason why they're known um, is because they've all disappeared. It was strange. I'll put it to you like this: lower noble houses are usually known for one thing. For the DeRosas, it's the military background. For the Harvests, it's the way they just vanished without a trace. There one moment and seemingly gone the next.
quite intriguing. Maybe they are ones who haunt house. Or maybe haunted house got them.
I would like to try and poke the stranger without being noticed, just to make sure he's not a ghost.
Okay, sleight of hand to poke the stranger.
Sleight of poke.
Sleight of poke. Yep.
That'll be a 21.
That's hilarious.
That is quite the sleight of poke. Yeah, no, solid. Feels squishy. Like you would expect a living, breathing person to be.
Yeah, okay. Like I think the way he tried to hide it was like he tripped on his newly put on pants and like, oh, I'm so sorry, and like just kind of felt this guy out. Like, oh, sorry.
Well,
so have you seen anything?
I've not seen anything yet, but as I said, I only just came here. So I have a proposition for you all, if that's something that you'd be interested in.
Well, I was gonna suggest I'd rather brave a dry indoors, possibly haunted, than spending another night out in this damp mist.
Can
well,
can
I
you all
think
make
that's-
me a perception check?
I was just about to ask, was he dry?
He looks like he's been through, well, a
Like
washing
when-
machine.
Oh, okay.
Is that everyone making a perception?
Yep, everyone making a perception check for me.
I got 14.
I finally broke 10, y'all. I did it.
20 for Victoria.
Other than Reinhard, you all notice that the mist seems to be creeping ever closer to the porch, thickening as it goes.
Your theory about us being herded, Victoria.
Well,
I guess we're going
obs-
in.
it obviously wants to escort us into the house. She claps her hands together. Let's go meet the neighbors. But then she gets a serious look on her face and adjusts her glasses, and she says, "But in seriousness, though, let's be ready, because whatever he has become, I could imagine that the general will still need rest as well. He may have hunkered down in here."
Oh, well, I do not know who this general is that you speak of, but I'm most comforted that I will not be going into this place alone. I do prefer to have some company in a place like this.
Well, I believe you're about to make us an offer to accompany you anyway.
Yes,
Or
but
did I
you all said yes, so that's...
I would like to say that I'm saying yes with the caveat that you freak me out, man.
Oh, okay. I
agree with companion.
apologize.
You go first.
We're having a day.
Oh, yes, that tends to happen in the mists.
Gonna do the Reinhard thing and walk forward and start like shoving him forward to make it kind of like, come on,
I'm coming.
now. We go inside.
Me and will walk up to the door if there is a visible door.
Yep, there is a visible door. But before we go in, now would probably be a good time for us to take a quick break.
Oh,
Ooh.